at the Abbey with the rest of the family. He glimpsed them playing pall-mall in the garden, the youngest girls lisping their displeasure at having to hit the balls with their mallets and not one another. Perhaps she was a poor relation, like Mam had been before his father put a baby in her belly and had to marry her. Maybe she was like the girls in the stories Mam told him, the ones down on their luck until a handsome prince showed up to rescue them. That was Ripper then. He'd save her, wouldn't he? Then on to some fishing. "Hungry?" he asked. "I've some Tommy I can share with you." She turned her cherry-red nose up at his overture, but Georgie didn't take any offence. Instead, he clambered over to the pile of rocks where she sat and squatted, unwrapping the bundle the Abbey's cook had given him. A gorgeous aroma of yeast and wheat had him near fainting with pleasure. He'd been at the estate asking for work. His father had been gone for months now, and what coin his mam brought in with her lace could not keep them fed and clothed for much longer. Although his father disavowed them most times, Georgie's mam swore they had been married before he was born. Most of the villagers didn't believe her, but they were kind to her just the same. Georgie tolerated her trying to raise him like a gentleman's son, but his empty belly and threadbare clothes had finally convinced her to leave off with lessons and let him earn some coin on his own. With great reluctance, Georgie kept himself from yothering the rest of the bread. He would save it for supper and let Mam have the last of the stew. The gardener had given him a job starting tomorrow, including a penny as footing. Georgie would be the man of the house from now on, and his mam would never have to suffer his father's wrath again. To distract himself from the gnawing in his belly, George inspected the lass more closely. Her frock was clean, and she wore real kidskin boots, but her collar needed mending, the boots were dirty, and a faded and frayed ribbon pulled back her hair. "Was Miss Grange cruel to you?" he guessed. "No." The girl rested her chin on her knees. "Not Miss Grange. She's not cruel at all." "Which locked you in a tower and you've gone and escaped?" he guessed. The lass snorted in derision. Suffering a curse?" "Don't be daft. I'm not cursed," she exclaimed. "I'm not—" She swallowed, then fixed her gaze on the water. "I'm not anything special." Georgie's good humour deserted him as she curled into a secret. This was his private space she'd invaded for no good reason as far as he could see. He'd come here to celebrate his good fortune, to throw stones at things, and avoid going home to his mam's worried sighs and the slate board that mocked him with its unanswerable questions. No broken heart, money enough for sturdy shoes, and a belly so used to food, she could refuse a slice of delicious bread without a second thought. This lass didn't need rescuing. He leapt to his feet, fists on hips, and scowled down at her. "If no one was cruel and you're not lost, why don't you go home and cry to your mam?" With a guttural roar, she rose to her feet. George had to tilt his head to see the top of her. Look, the lass was tall. "Why don't you shut up?" Later, much later, he claimed the element of surprise sent him falling back onto the hard-packed earth when she punched him in his empty belly. The truth was, this girl had the power to bring him to his knees with or without a blow. When he looked at her, she appeared almost ethereal, backlit by the prisms of sun that shone through the diamond-shaped spaces between the willow leaves. Georgie considered for a moment that she might be an escapee from an asylum like he heard tales of from Mrs. Morgan, the postmistress who read aloud the stories from the broadsheets of London. "You didn't have to kill me," he complained. "You're not dead," she retorted. Being a gentleman,